bringing in the founder and CEO of Bittrex himself, Bill Shihara. He's joining us from Seattle. Bill, welcome to Fast Money. Great to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
So, the reason why a lot of coins haven't been listed on Coinbase is because there's this thorny issue of whether it's a security or a commodity. And I'm wondering, how have you gotten past that in listing a lot of these different coins out there?
Well, for us, it's primarily about innovation. That's what we're excited about. And so we have a very rigorous review process to go and find the most innovative blockchain projects out there in the world. And part of that process is not just making sure that the technology and the business models are innovative. We also screen and look at the founders and principals behind the project. And then we also put them through a compliance review. And we work with their US-based lawyers as well as independent lawyers who double check to ensure that it's something that we feel comfortable trading in the United States.
So you're actually doing the due diligence on every single altcoin that you're listing, that you're making available to buy in fiat?
That's right.
Okay. And in terms of who can do this right now, who can do it, and what's the ultimate goal, Bill?
So right now we started with a small select number of launch partners. And the idea right now is in this phase, we're stress testing our system. We're working with the banks very closely to ensure that they can process the fiat deposits and withdrawals, that also the engine itself that we use to trade is going to be able to properly handle the load. But the idea is to then expand out to as many markets as possible on Bittrex, as well as expand it so that every customer on Bittrex will be able to have access to US dollar trading.
Hey, Bill, it's BK. So I'm curious, your industry, this industry itself is a global asset class, and you have global competitors that don't have the same rules and regulations that you have to comply to. How do you as Bittrex compete against places like Binance or some of the Asian exchanges?
Well, for us, we have this commitment to compliance. And we think that solving the regulatory puzzle in the United States really unlocks a lot of capital that really can't trade on a foreign exchange that doesn't have proper AML KYC controls or proper compliance. So we think we can actually add tremendous amounts of value as we're working with the regulatory agencies in the United States.
Do you have to conform to the rules of a securities exchange then, Bill? Which, I would imagine a lot of exchanges would want to avoid because it's a lot more paperwork.
Well, right. So, today we trade things that are definitely not securities. That's one of the things that we screen for. We want to ensure that these are utility tokens that we think are commodities.
Is Ripple, where do you stand on XRP then?
So that is really interesting that Bittrex is doing this. And like I said, if you're going to invest in altcoins and you want to be compliant with the US, I highly recommend using Bittrex. But like I said, if you're trying to circumvent taxes and do the shady business, you probably want to consider KuCoin or Binance. But Bittrex is a great platform, and I do feel like you're less likely to get a shitcoin because, as you saw in the interview, they do a lot more due diligence. So if you want to avoid that, or at least have a little more comfort in investing in some of these smaller coins, I really do feel like if they're listed on Bittrex, and because US has so much regulation, and once again, this is not like a sure thing, because obviously the US has allowed Enron and I forgot the name of that blockchain, something Riot blockchain. So there's still going to be scams, and obviously US regulation is not perfect, but it's just something to consider and to pay attention to. But I really feel like if you're going to get a Bittrex account, you should definitely get a KuCoin or Binance account. And the main reason is obviously you do want to have some assets that are not under US jurisdiction. And the main reason why is because, if there is a shakeup in the market, you do want to be able to move your assets to probably assets that will not suffer from US regulation. So it does give you that flexibility and diversification. So highly recommend not just putting all your eggs in one basket and using both Bittrex and Binance or KuCoin or whatever you want. But let me know your thoughts on this, and I will talk to you soon.